people sometimes, when they meet kids from the school, they say like, oh, but these are special kids. These can't be just any kids from their school. And, we tell them, no, these are just kids from the school. These are they weren't especially amazing in their old schools, weren't considered especially amazing. Many of the kids in our school, the nicest kids even, were kicked out from their old schools for violence. It's a very free environment where people get to express themselves, express their intelligence, and use their potential.
What school was it where you have been before you came to the Berubin Sudbury Learning Center?
I've been to a normal state school in Germany, a grammar school or gymnasium, and yeah, I've done my A levels before I came to Berubin. But I think I learned a lot more at Berubin than I did at school, or at my old school.
Why did you choose to go to Berubin, since you already finished school in Germany?
I didn't want to go there for the same reasons I went to my old school. I didn't want to gain more knowledge in mathematics or whatever. That wasn't the reason, but I just felt when I finished school that I wasn't ready at all to enter the world. I had no idea what to do with myself. I had no idea which direction I wanted to go, and I didn't know my strengths and weaknesses. So I had read about those schools, those type of schooling. I decided I wanted to check out the Sudbury School and see if there's a different way and how it works. So I just set for Australia and off I went.
Well, I was very miserable in my former schools. Kelly was pretty okay, generally.
I was completely happy.
Yeah. And I'd gone for my first 6 years of, grammar school, which I went to a particular school where I was very unhappy. But it was just for the first 6 years. It didn't go on past that. Then I went to a different school, which was supposedly alternative, what they called half-free, experimental. I was very unhappy there, and eventually we knew for a long time one of the families several of the families that were starting the school, and at some point one of the families came over and we just happened to talk about it, and me and my mother both fell in love with this concept.
I was going to a traditional private high school in Boston, and I felt like I was totally wasting my time. I felt like I was miserable, I was getting no sleep, I was spending all my days doing totally boring, monotonous, busy work, and so I actually read the book Summerhill, which was a huge inspiration to me and opened up this world of the existence of people and schools that respect the educational freedom of young people. And not too long after I read that book, I was going to Sudbury Valley.
My decision to come to the school was the very last minute because I'd already been happy I thought I was perfectly happy in the regular school. I didn't know how happy I could be. Just so incredible.
I had my 11-year-old in a traditional public school, and she was an advanced student. She was in a gifted program, but she was suffering because other children teased her because they thought her vocabulary was too grown up. They would tease her and call her a little grown up, and they teased her about other things as well, and she was very unhappy that during recess time. She was happy during the classroom time, but very unhappy during recess time and the way the other children were treating her. And I was looking for another option, and so I found the website and decided we would go and look at it, and my daughter felt comfortable right away, so that was part of how we chose it.
Do you think that a Sudbury school is a school for everybody, or are there certain kinds of people who don't do good at such a school?
I think that there's two kinds of people who don't get along with school. One is kids that have been ruined by the system and came to the school with such an anger towards any system that they refuse to be responsible for their own actions, and towards the community. they just don't get along. They find themselves just refusing to behave and not getting along. And then there's just people that are too stubborn to listen. There's people that you never know if they'd be interested or agree with the philosophy, but they refuse to hear about it. We know a lot of people who are like that. Don't want to hear about it, don't tell me, I don't agree with you, it's stupid, don't tell me.
The basic requirement is that a person be responsible for their own actions in every way. If a kid says, like, I didn't do it, my ghost did, this actually happened at some point, that kid cannot do very well in the school. But if eventually the kid says, okay, I did it, then that's something else.